him. Here he comes. Ryan Block. You guys do kind of look like me. It's summertime here in Florida, which is great. Somebody actually recently told me, kind of arbitrarily, they're like, hey, did you know today's like the first day of summer? I was like, well, I'm not a fucking school teacher, so I don't care. So, get out of my cubicle, go back to yours. But summer's cool, man. You get to go on vacation during summer, which is always fun, unless, of course, you're like me. And if you're like me, you're forced to go on a family vacation. And family vacations are the worst. Family vacations make me jealous of foster children. And the reason is because your parents, man, they lose their mind on family vacation, you know? We go out, try to have a good time. My mom wakes me up at 6 in the morning like a goddamn rooster. It's like, listen, Mom, our family is not a miniature version of SEAL Team 6. We're not out there running offs under the cover of darkness. Alright, we'll be able to catch all of the sights as soon as the sun comes up. And then there's always a lot of structure and obligations to family vacations, which kind of defeats the entire purpose. But like, you know, my dad will be like, hey buddy, check this out. I booked us for a 6-hour snorkeling adventure. I'm like, oh, that's great. What the fuck am I going to do in the water for 6 hours? Drown? The only time I've ever been in the water for 6 hours is because I was literally passed out in a shower. And I barely survived that. But when I was young, man, we used to do a lot of these Caribbean cruises, and those were always a ton of fun because the hotel rooms were even smaller than the normal ones we would stay at. So my entire family was even more crammed together, and everything in the room kind of closed in around you. And I remember trying to masturbate in the shower. And let me tell you, man, it was almost impossible. Almost. But on a serious note, it was like trying to jack off while being trapped inside of a test tube. And the worst part about that, too, was that I had to shower after my brother, and it was like freshening up in a petri dish. Well, family vacations are funny, man. What I like to do is I like to go through our family vacations. I like to check out our photos, you know? So looking at the beginning, everyone's like mildly happy and colorful, and I fast forward to the end, and we look like one of those families from the Dust Bowl. You know, the only difference is they kind of had the will to carry on, and we didn't even want to eat with each other in our layover in Atlanta. But yeah, man, family vacations really annoy me. And here's something else that annoys me. Watching movies with people that aren't good at watching movies. You're like, oh, that's interesting. You don't need real God-given talent to be able to sit and watch something. I'm watching you, you're watching me. It's all good. But there are 3 kinds of people, okay? It's like your girlfriend, your buddy who's already seen the movie, and then the one person you know that never has any idea what the fuck is going on in the whole thing. So, let's start with your girlfriend. Your girlfriend says, hey, yeah, like, what's like your favorite movie? So you give them a good movie, they haven't seen it because it's good, and then they insist that you all watch it together. So you said, okay, let's watch the movie. So you sit down, you watch the movie. And she says halfway through, she goes, wait, I think I've like seen this before. What do you mean you think you've seen it before? It's a great film. Have you seen it or not? I don't know. I just think that I might. It's the Passion of the Christ. For God's sakes, how do you not know if you've seen it? And she's like, I don't know, like maybe if I catch the ending, you should know the ending, babe. Or you go with one of your buddies, right? And he's like, hey man, I've seen the movie, it's good, but I'm willing to see it again, let's do it. But you can't do that, because if you do that, you're gonna be sitting there, watching the movie focused, and he's gonna go like this. Hey, pay attention to this part. And then you, seething with anger, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? What do you think? I've been watching the whole time, and at this moment I'm gonna stand up, face the projector, and shove a popcorn kernel in my ass? I'm watching it, man. And then lastly, the person who never knows what's going on is the person that 110 minutes into Benjamin Button has no idea if the fucker is getting older or younger. So those are 2 things that annoys me. I'd like to leave you guys with a little something. This is a little business idea I've had lately. I think it's brilliant. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to start putting I'd like to start putting strip clubs in airports. I think it's brilliant. And what we'll call it is, thank you, all of my friends. Excellent. go somewhere soon. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call a gate double D. Now, since everything's progressive and trending towards equality, we'll also need a gay strip club, and of course we will call that the cockpit. So, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to build a little bit of infrastructure, okay? And first we're going to need to build a daycare center for fathers traveling with their children. Because if you don't, all you're going to have is a horde of fatherless children running around in circles screaming. Because every father would be like, Billy. Now, Billy, this is our gate. You stay here, Billy. Daddy's going to go buy something that Mommy hasn't given him in a while. Alright? Now, you sit here and you play with the other 35 other children. But lastly, the final thing that would really need to happen is you're going to have to make sure your wires don't get crossed on your PA system. Because if your wires get crossed on your PA system, the airport will sound like this. This is the final boarding call for Flight 2392, non-stop service. The gentlemen. 2-for-1 dances. Come dance, come your pants. Let's do it. I'm Ryan Block. Thank you guys.